Hi kids, Rikus Maximus back here now. Part 4. Well, this is good news. I've seen a consultant this morning. I shall be going home later on today. He wants me to do a walking test on a treadmill, so that basically just a walking stress test is the way he described it, just to make sure that my heart doesn't explode when I go for a little walk. So that's good news. I've also seen the rehab nurse. Oh, hang on. Looks like drugs time. Wait one. Sorry about that. That was I was given some more drugs. You'll get used to that as well. You come into hospital, they just throw drugs at you. It's great. None of them are particularly mind-altering. I've found out, but we can live in hope. Help take away some of the boredom. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, I've got to do a walking stress test, and after that I can then go home. Rehab nurse here, absolutely fabulous. It's given me loads of information, and I suspect if you're watching this, it's because you are or were an athlete and you've had a heart attack or some sort of heart-chest issue, and you'll get a referral to, or should get a referral to a rehab nurse, certainly if you're in the UK. If it's going out to anywhere else in the world, we'll see. But I'm really looking forward to that. But they'll give you lots of information and lots more detail there about exactly what's going on, how it affects your heart, what training you can do, and that I figure and have been kind of intimated at is at what heart rate you can train at, which is going to be interesting. I generally have been running around, and my max heart rate has been about the 147, which is probably too high, because that's been about 90% of all my runs is running at what is described by my my watch and bits and pieces as hard. So I need to kind of have a look at that. So yeah, all very positive now. So it's basically a little bit more of sitting around and waiting. But I'm actually into this now, so I'm actually doing lots of admin and getting lots of things done. So I shall carry on doing that, and then we go from there. So for now, kids, that's me. Cheers. Speak to you soon. Greetings, Earthlings. Rikus Maximus here again. Still day 3 in Royal Surrey County Hospital. Anyway, I'm buzzing at the moment. I've just been downstairs and I've had my walk test. Walk test be buggered. That's the first exercise I've had in 7 days. I'm really disappointed actually, because when I got down there I should have realised I should have taken my phone, because they just rigged me up to an ECG and there was just wires everywhere. It was actually really quite cool, and it was a bit far to come back to get my phone, unfortunately. Basically though, they gave me a walk test to just to have a look at my heart and see where the rate is before it starts exploding, I suppose. And they stick you on a treadmill. Now, if you're a 95-year-old male or female, you're probably not going to get quite as extensive test as I did, but I suspect if you're watching this that you're a bit of an athlete. So they stick you on a nice gentle walk at a slight incline of about 1 or 2% for 3 minutes. Then the speed goes up, the incline goes up, and so it goes on until such time as either A, you give up, or B, they decide that your heart's going to blow up, in which case they stop it. But yeah, at the end, by the end of it, I would suggest it was, I don't know what degrees it was, but it was like a good steep trail run, and I was actually properly running on it, you know, going up on my toes. But it felt good. I've got to say, after 7 days of either sitting in the hospital or sitting at home or doing whatever, it felt bloody good. I've got to say, I came off absolutely buzzing, breathing hard. Legs felt like they've had a bit of a workout, and it was good. They actually stopped the test. I think I got up to 131 beats per minute, which may not sound a lot, but what you've got to remember is I'm on beta blockers at the moment, so that suppresses your heart rate anyway. So yeah, so it's now gone to the doctor to see what he wants to do, but I'm hoping that in the very near future they're going to give me loads more drugs, and if they give you drugs in hospital, it's a good thing because you're not paying for them. Then I should be released home, and I can go home and have some decent food, really nice, fresh, green food, oily fish, and anything else, and some nice fresh bread. So anyway, just on the speaking of drugs, if you're like me and you've had 3 stents fitted, I'm on 5 different lots of medication plus a GTN spray. Now in the UK that is £8 something a pop per prescription, and those drugs will only last you a month. I'll let you do your own maths on that, but that's an awful lot of money a year. Top tip, get a prepaid prescription which costs £105 for the year. You've only got to do 2 and a bit months and it's paid for itself. Bearing in mind these drugs you're going to be on for life. Get in there early, kids, save yourself some money. So any free drugs you're offered, other than what's on the street, obviously, you know, MDMA, crack and heroin is probably not really where you want to be at this moment in time. But certainly free prescription drugs you get from hospital, take them by the bucket load. In fact, get a carrier bag and see if you can get a few months worth. I've got 1 GTN spray and I'm actually thinking I probably want maybe 2 or 3. One you can have in a car, in your pocket, your handbag or wherever, your man bag, wherever. And certainly when I'm out and about and out on the motorcycle with my mates, I've already told them where it will be on my person, so should something happen and I can't do it, they can administer it. Also as well, with the Tegradol, I think it's called, you do get a card, because if you're in an accident and you're bleeding out, somebody's going to need to know that you're on blood thinners. So that's today's top tip. Anyway, buzzing now, and we'll let you know when I get home, but hopefully it won't be too long. But in the meantime, I'm going to kick back and chill. That's all for now, kids. See you later. Hi kids, I'm here still. You're going to have to expect that things don't always go to plan when you're talking about your ticker. So, the last video, and we're all buoyed up, very excited, and thought we were going to be going home. Had a good stress test, ran, it was all looking cool, and guess what? They got the results, but there's no consultant to look at them. I'm only guessing he went next door to the Nuffield and had a couple of private appointments this afternoon. So he's got to look at them in the morning before they can let me go. So that's the way it goes. How do I feel about that? Well, in all honesty, I got a bit grumpy, and it's not the staff's fault here either. I mean, they've been brilliant, but yeah, it's kind of when you're buoyed up and you've been here for 3 days and you're thinking to go home and it doesn't happen, you do go oof, a bit down in the dumps a bit. But there are some, well, there's no real upsides to it. I've just got to hunker down and get on with it. But there are small victories to be had in the fact that we're quite lucky here at Guildford, and there's a Marks and Spencer's food outlet downstairs and a Costa coffee. So a quick raid downstairs resulted in, and I hope this is pictures it up, roast chicken chorizo, a Bakewell tart, and the healthy option of some banana and berries. And bearing in mind that my dinner was 1 jacket potato, sans cheese, and a couple of bits of butter. Really wasn't going to fill the gap that I wanted. So here we are, another night. Hopefully tomorrow it will be a different story, and then we can just jump in a taxi and off we go to home. But watch this space, guys. It's all about being chipper, a bit more admin, a bit more reading, find another movie, crack on with it, and let's face it, at the end of the day, it's your ticker. You can't take too much for granted with this. I'd sooner be here in the right place if there is something dodgy going on, weary as it is, but I'm signed off from work. I wasn't going to do anything at home, and actually bed rest is actually proved to be probably the best thing for me. You just got to get your head around the boredom. So that's it for tonight. I might just tuck into a bit of a midnight snack, find a film, settle in. Okay guys, you take it easy, catch up with you soon.